The Justice and Constitutional Affairs Minister Norbert MAO shocked very many people when he came out to say that he will not defend any atrocities committed by government. We all know Norbert MAO was appointed into cabinet by General MUSEVENI, which stirred a lot of debate in the political waters of Uganda, because Norbert MAO is the President General of the Democratic Party, which is an opposition party. So yesterday, Norbert MAO came out to say that Uganda has a bad human rights record and that he cannot come out to sanitize anything done by government. We all know the rules of procedure of cabinet. Every minister must defend government at all time because of collective responsibility. So in this episode, I've come to talk about why the minister is coming out to break this rule, what it means for the country, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you are watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There is a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. I dedicate this video to Rashid Seguja, a political prisoner who has been in incarceration for more than 3 years. So yesterday during a conference, which Norbert MAO came out and shocked very many people when he said that the government he serves has a bad human rights record. Okay, and he shocked very many people. And for me, I think we must give credit where it is due. I credit Norbert MAO for coming out to say these words, because most of the ministers who are sometimes picked from the opposition, when they join government, they keep a deaf ear and they don't normally come out to speak on the atrocities which they used to speak about. But before I speak on this, let me first give you the tape when Norbert MAO was saying these statements. Here's the tape.
It's not my duty to come here and sanitize the human rights situation in Uganda. I am disgusted by it myself, if you want to know the truth. I want to tell you there's no more image to protect. The government in terms of human rights is stark naked. I can tell you frankly, I have a freedom to agree to disagree with the government in which I serve, provided the disagreement is clear. And I want to promise that as long as I'm the Minister of Justice, where the government is wrong, you will not find me defending what is wrong, because I have some values I believe in, and I want to be true to those values. I'd rather be false to the government, but true to my values. So I want to declare myself your ally in these difficult times as we head to 2026. It is not healthy for the president of the country to stand up and say XYZ civil society organization are enemies of the state. I think that's not a very good beginning for engagement, because once the president declares you an enemy, then there's no room for dialogue. So we continuously advise the president of Uganda to use a language which recognizes that every difference of opinion is not necessarily a difference of principle.
So that is Norbert MAO when he was saying those statements. In those statements, I read mischief and I see three things. One, first of all, the relationship between General MUSEVENI and Norbert MAO was built on quicksand. It was built on mischief. It was built on lies. Because we all know Norbert MAO, as wise as he is, he knew that General MUSEVENI has ever said that he's going to duel with the opposition come 2026. And General MUSEVENI has since worked well with the UPC, has since destabilized the FDC, and he did the same to the DP. So Norbert MAO, wise as he is, he was conflicted. He knew the right thing to do, because generally Norbert Mao was opposition. That is the truth. Okay, we only held him accountable for joining General MUSEVENI, okay, and putting into account that he has been one of the biggest critics of General MUSEVENI. So Norbert Mao was conflicted, but at the same time he wanted to be a minister. So that's why he was able to draft an agreement. Among the things which were talked about in the agreement is building the transitional council and very many more other things. Of course, he also negotiated for a ministerial position. Okay, so since Norbert Mao didn't trust General MUSEVENI, he decided to go in this relationship with a written agreement. And that is why he can say these words. Trust me, there is no minister who can say the same statements Norbert Mao said. The reason Norbert Mao is saying these statements because he has something to back him up. Okay? And that is the agreement. And the good thing, he also has a backup of being the President General of the Democratic Party. Because we all know General MUSEVENI is one of the hypocrites. He is one of the political hypocrites Uganda has ever had. And Norbert Mao knew this. That's why he entered this relationship with an agreement. 2, the reason I'm saying General MUSEVENI is an hypocrite, we all remember when he did an interview with KTN done by Sophia Wanuna. General MUSEVENI came out to say that he picked Norbert Mao so that the Acholis can follow him. And yet Norbert Mao was moving around telling us that the document has had some transitional codes talking about how transition should be made and some other things. So both of them were reading, both of them signed on the agreement, but each one of them looking in a different direction. Okay. I also keep on saying that Norbert Mao joining General MUSEVENI, it was a loss for the opposition. Because, truth be told, in the opposition, we used to have sibling rivalry. But I wouldn't wish even the FDC, even if it is Muriat or Nandala Mafabi, to join General MUSEVENI. It is a minus. That is the truth. Okay? So, sometimes I try to think that even Norbert Mao is not genuine of what he talks about. He's in a government which is he critiques as a minister, yet he also wants to be opposition. Okay? And this comes at a backdrop when he has always criticized General MUSEVENI to that dot. The last one was when he was talking about the land wrangles between the Acholi people and the Baralu. And he said these statements. Let me first give you the tape. Here's the tape.
My community, customary land is clan land. So if you are not part of my clan, your father is not from that place, your grandfather is not from that place. If you purport to buy customary land, you are buying air. Custom is your root. However far a tree goes, its root is the one that feeds it. Lastly, the solution to all this is to have a government that is trusted. Everything we have said here revolves around a government that is not trusted at all. It is like we are giving recommendations. You know, you can't put Dracula to be in charge of the blood bank. You know, it is idiotic to expect that Dracula can be a custodian of blood. So, personally, I don't want us to lose hope. And this is my last word. We should not lose hope. No question is settled until it is settled right. Even what my neighbor here is saying, that our land is gone, it's not gone. As long as the people are determined that it should come back, it is just a matter of time.
Thank you.
If even after decades and decades, the victims of British genocide in the MAO revolution are being compensated, the Hottentots, the Hereros in Namibia are being, Ugandans who are being mistreated now should not give up. But in the meantime, we have two goals. Those of you who are knowledgeable and educated, you continue moralizing and saying this thing is wrong. The rest of us who are in the field are going to demonstrate that this thing is not only wrong, but is also dangerous. By making sure those cows are targeted, those who are occupying the land illegally are targeted, so that it is both wrong and dangerous for them. They must pay for inflicting injustices on Uganda. And for that, we don't need a law. We are doing it because it is our inalienable right, because we are protecting the Constitution.
That is Norbert Mao. Norbert Mao, there is no doubt, is one of the finest politicians in Uganda. And now, General Museveni wanted to use him to sanitize the atrocities committed by government. Okay, by appointing Norbert Mao in the docket of justice and constitutional affairs, yet the government is high on human rights abuses. Norbert Mao was brought in as a sanitizer for all of these. But I think Norbert Mao is also trying not to be what he was brought for, because after the 2021 general election, this docket was left empty, not until Norbert Mao was elected. So even when the people came out to say that Norbert Mao received funding in the 2021 general election, even if it was not right, it can be very difficult for one to believe so, basing on the politics which has been at play. 3, I will also be waiting for the 2026 general election. I expect Norbert Mao to support General Museveni in his bid for the presidency, because he will be paying back to what General Museveni did to him. Of course, that's my opinion. You can also tell me what you think by commenting on this video. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. Peace.